Coach, obviously this is a game and a process of games that you guys are trying to get to, but is there a different energy at Shootaround?
Well, it should be. It should be because they're a team in front of us and they're playing very well. People have them touted to be the top team in the East. So if we don't have energy tonight, you don't have it. But again, like I said, when we get ready to play Cleveland, it doesn't make or break your season, but it's an important game. But, win or lose, we still got a lot of basketball to be played.
Do you see them as a rival, or do you want your team to see them as a rival, or are they just another good team?
No, they're a very good team. And, again, I think they're kind of a division. There's no such thing as division anymore, but a division rival. You kind of want to have something to be upset with them about and to create them as a rival. But, again, they're a very, very good team, talented team. They play hard and play the game the right way. So, there's a lot there to get excited for, to get ready to play.
Both of these teams have done that thing that we've sort of talked about since you got here, like competed and developed young players at the same time. Do you look over there and, not see a mirror image, but appreciate how hard it is?
No question. They've done a good job of developing the program, but also, too, I would say they've changed their roster except for all four players. Yeah. So, they've developed some and then moved them. Yeah. There's a difference than what, we're doing. We've guys been here. So, they brought in Horford, Hayward, Kyrie. So they've made some massive changes in their roster, and they're doing pretty good with it.
Right, further to that point, is there anything you put your finger on the amount of youth that seems to be having an impact? On your team in Boston, and then even
we were just talking about it. When we won in Dallas and even in Seattle, we had an old team. We had old teams. Right. And those teams, they weren't concerned about where they stood in the league. They made all their money. They had their contracts. All they were worried about was winning. But you look at the league today, a lot of good young teams out here, and us included, that are trying to get there, and it's new. Boston, to do what they've done with a lot of young players, to stay at the top of the conference for a long time as they have is a credit to them, because they're doing it with two top picks, and Tatum and also with Brown as starters. So it's different, because usually you say, well, you can't win unless you have older players, and I know it's easier. It's easier because those guys have seen everything, they've experienced everything, and the only thing they have on their mind is let's come together collectively and try to win.
JV's been playing a lot better over the last little while. What do you attribute this wave of consistency?
Well, again, he's the confidence factor. I think he's in great physical condition. Mentally, I think JV has a different mental approach than he had last year. For some reason, he wasn't as confident or whatever it was last year, and I think he has a great mental approach this year. He's taking coaching much better as far as taking criticism and constructive criticism of his game and teaching and trying to turn it around and use. He's doing a great job with that. So I think a lot of it is just maturity, growing up, and it takes. Believe me, I've said this to nauseum. It takes time. It takes time for players to come in this league to win and develop at the same time. It doesn't happen overnight, and we want it to, but it doesn't happen. And he's just now taking those steps to be a good player. And it's going to be the same with OG. It takes time, and he's going to make a lot of mistakes. We've got to coach him through those mistakes and keep pushing until he gets there. And it's been this, it's the same with JV. I think it's just maturity.
Obviously, it's been nice for you guys that teams have been a little slow to pick up on the fact that he's taking those threes now. He's getting open looks, but does it almost create more opportunities when they do adjust, like Gasol did the other day, close out, because it allows him to do different things?
He pulled a Gasol on Gasol, is what he did. And again, when you're big guy, and tonight you're going to see Horford do the same thing. You go out there, you bite on his three-point shot, and he's going to drive it. They've got him playing point guard just like they got Gasol. And I think you're going to see Jonas be able to come down the floor and handle the ball more, maybe take the ball out of bounds for us some. We need another trigger man other than CJ. That's one of the most important positions on the floor, is a guy who can see the defense, make passes, and so that's another growth position for Jonas. So again, that's going to open up a lot of different things for him by being able to shoot the three, and then for everybody else.
The bench struggled some in Washington, and you sort of put them on notice that if they're not doing their job, they're not going to play going into the Portland game. How happy are you with the way they bounced back? I think they're like a plus 62 in the last.
Huge. They bounced back in a big way, and again, they're important. And I did say they're going to have nights like that. We can't have a lot of them, but they're going to have nights like it, because what we don't want to do is ramp up Kyle and DeMar's minutes, which you were going to do if they're not performing or producing. And but they bounced back and in the right way. And tonight's going to be a challenge for them too, because Boston's second unit is a lot like they are. They play hard. They're an attacking group. They're an aggressive group. They're fast. And you put Rozier back in that second unit with Irving back, then you're going to have an attacking, aggressive, confident point guard with that group.
Dwane, you've had a brief time in first over the last couple of years with this team, but even going back to the Dallas years, how difficult is it to be the hunted as opposed to the hunter, and for Boston to be staying?
It's very difficult, I think, to have that. Well, more so with the young team. I think it's easier with the older team, because, like I said, they've seen everything, they've heard everything, they've had smoke blown up, wherever they're going to blow it, so it doesn't faze them. So with young guys, they sometimes believe the hype, and there's a lot of hype with social media and everything. So it's very difficult, more so with a younger team than it is with a veteran team.
Even just what you said right there with the social media, how much has that changed, do you think?
It changed everything, because again, you guys tend to read what they want to read. They don't read the negative Twitter or whatever the media on there. I don't even know what it is, but again, there's so much information out there. There's so much noise out there that young guys sometimes seem to let the noise affect them. And for what Boston's done, and I think our guys have done a good job of deflecting the hype, the whatever they're reading, and keeping their nose to the grind.
When Jamie makes that three early in the game, do you think that builds some momentum or confidence
for him? Oh, it does, yes. And the more he does, and it's going to be a gradual thing. The more he does, the more he's going to get confident in it, and then too, you're going to see him making other plays. You get confidence in other parts of his game, whether it's his defense or passing the ball or making plays off the dribble, backdoor. I saw he made some nice backdoor passes the other night. This whole game will evolve by just having that type of confidence. And again, Rachel, just the maturity factor is huge for Jonas, and a lot of things is two kids. He's a father. Doesn't hang out anymore, and it's just a whole lot that goes into it that we wanted to happen 3 years ago. That's now coming to fruition.
How many threes do you think is a good number for him?
Again, I'm not going to put a number on it. It's all analytical. Again, play the game. If the game gives him the three, Michael, let's take it. I'm not going to sit and count. Okay, there's two, there's three. Now,
I guess
if he's open, he's got the green light to take it. In rhythm, as all of our guys do.
He's going to be open on a trailer all day.
Take him and make them. That's our issue. We were taking a lot of them, but now we got to make some of them, and that's if you're going to play the 3-point game, we gotta. That's a part of our challenge. The last part of the year is starting to make some of the open threes that we have.
Do you like that? Do you like that trailer play?
Yeah. I mean, very, very productive. Very productive.